Well, good day everybody, welcome back out to the channel. Today we're going to get working on the top wing to the pits. So we'll sheet the leading edges. We had to glue these blocks on here. That's kind of where our fly wires are going to tie into, and our struts are going to bolt onto. We're going to do the same thing back here, but we'll build this up after we cut off our ailerons and in the process of doing that. So anyhow, we'll show you what we do. The plan shows the sheeting only coming halfway back on the main spar. So what I'll do is I'll take a ruler and I'll kind of lay it there and then roll it down to where it meets that leading edge. And so it should be 1 13/16. So this is the bottom. We'll do it first because I got to cut out a little strap that goes there, and I want to sheet the bottom, cut the slot for that strap to sit in there, and then epoxy the strap in and screw it on before we do the top sheet. So we'll go ahead and strip these like I showed you in that other video. All right, that's our sheet for our leading edge. This stuff back here, we'll turn into cap strips. We'll get a piece that has to go right there for our ailerons. We'll be able to get a piece out of, so anyhow, but we'll set these aside. So I got to hold off on the center section so I'll figure out the angle I need to cut this at. It'll be easier to do it now than after it's glued. And so before we can do the center section, I've got to figure out, get the wing on there, on the plane centered and everything. And these got to get epoxied in. There'll be a hole glued in them, and a screw will go through a tube, silver solder to the cabanes. And so, but it'll be a lot easier to kind of do all that with the wing sitting where it's got to be on the plane once we get the struts in, and kind of clamped, and then we'll kind of get it all set up perfect. So, but we'll do this, get back on this, so that we can get all that other stuff. So we'll cut this right here. I'm gonna get the little plane from Master Air Screw. We'll kind of put a taper on that edge. I mean, that's not a 90-degree angle, so we'll put the taper on that and get a tighter joint, a little bit stronger, and then we'll glue it in. You can use medium CA, thin CA, wood glue, whatever you got. I've heard of people using the Gorilla Glue right here on the ribs because it expands a little bit, in case you can't get good contact, but I prefer to just try and get good contact. Anyhow. So I thin CA'd that whole front edge. The downside to that is thin CA's gonna probably show a line after I sand it, but then I'll just roll everything back like that and tack it along this back edge, making sure that it feels firm against that rib, and then I'll come around on the back side and put some thin CA along those. And so After we get the bottom one, the way we'll do the top is we'll just look down here, kind of like that, and use a little pipette. So. All right, there it is, sheeted, both left and right on the bottom side. This is what it looks like from the back. You can see they're nice and tight against those ribs. So, anyhow, that thin CA sets so dang fast that it only took me 13 minutes to sheet both these bottom halves. So, there's nothing wrong with doing wood glue, but I'm just giving this thin CA a shot. So if this top wing falls apart on the maiden flight, then we know not to use it, right? All right, that's that bottom strap I was talking about. Just cut it out of a sheet of this stuff, just a bit of brass, and it's kind of heavy, but I'm not too worried about it for the little bit that there is. Both sides, I just measured down. I just measured down on that spar, how far I had to go, how far up I wanted those holes, and then knew I had to come over 3/4 of an inch, and added just a little bit for those bends, and cut it out, smoothed them up, rounded them off, and drilled the holes. So anyhow, I'll epoxy those in place, but then I'll be done for the night. All right, got it all glued in. Not the prettiest, but then we're going to take a screw and we're going to send it in through either through the back there or the bottom, or in through the side, just to give it a little extra holding strength. According to the plans, these are structural. So anyhow, well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit that like, subscribe button, drop a comment if you got any suggestions, something you want to see, something you didn't like about it. But next week, we'll try and get this thing mounted up. Right now, I'm kind of struggling with the way I want to do it. So, might be a week or two before we get a video so I can show you what we come up with. See you next week.